Hey ladies. So I'm going to make a little day in the life of Amanda's eating. Because I get this question all the time. What do you eat, Amanda? And I don't mind answering the question, but I want to stress something here right off the bat. It's not about what I eat. I've figured out what works for me, but what works for me isn't going to work for you. And this is why I find diets to not work as well for most women, is because they try to fit the diet into their life instead of their life into their diet, like how they eat. There are so many different ways that you can eat and not only lose weight, but maintain a healthy weight too. There is no one size fits all, you guys. And really listening to your body, understanding it, and understanding what it needs and what it wants and how you live your life is really important. So I want to just stress that off the bat. I am going to tell you everything that I do. As you can see, I worked out this morning. It was a really hard workout. I'm going to show you exactly, this is me in all my glory, okay? Nothing exciting here. No makeup on. Got done working out, took the kids to school. So for working out, I usually work out at 6 a.m. I work out from 6 to 7, and then I have to rush home, get the kids ready, and get them off to school. So I don't have any time to eat in the morning. I don't like to eat before I work out. That's just me. I'm thinking about, because I've been dragging on some of my workouts, about adding in a pre-workout drink, but that's just for me. I haven't done that yet, but what I do is I've had already 2 of these. So this is 16 ounces of water, and so I've had about 32 ounces of water already this morning. And you guys, I think that's that's a really good thing just across the board. No matter if you work out or anything you do in the morning, drink water right away. There's so many benefits of it, but especially for your brain. And we're mostly made up of water. We're dehydrated by the time we wake up, so drink some water right away in the morning and get yourself hydrated again. Now, I have something called POTS. You can look it up if you want, but basically, I just need more water than most other people because I tend to get lightheaded and pass out easily. So after hard workouts especially, I drink like a replenisher. This isn't necessary, again, you guys, but it's just something that works for me. You're going to hear this a lot today. I've found this to work for me. So it's just a 0-calorie replenisher. It's got electrolytes in it and some extra salt for me to retain my water. I need extra salt. Again, you guys, I had to figure this out. I need extra salt. You may not, okay? So that is what is in this water. Just FYI, if you find yourself like munching a lot, especially in the afternoon, sometimes, like if you have essential oils, good essential oils, you can put grapefruit or peppermint in your water or in tea or something, and that'll help kind of decrease some of those cravings, just FYI. I could talk about that maybe this afternoon too. I don't do that a lot anymore, but I used to. And just, I'm going to tell you a little bit about supplements. I don't think, you guys, they're not a driving factor. They move the needle in weight loss so little that do not spend your time focusing on that. Focus on what your body's telling you and eat until you're satisfied. Only eat when you're really physically hungry. Know the difference between emotional and physical hunger. Those will be so much more beneficial for you than trying to add in supplements and all these other things, okay? So you're going to see that I've added in some, but very little. The replenisher, but that's just because of my POTS. I do take vitamin D. Vitamin D is really important, you guys. Especially for me, I live in Minnesota. I don't get out, I don't get sun. So I take a vitamin D supplement. Okay, so that's just kind of the basis. That's how I start off my day. Then what I do typically just about every morning, except for maybe on the weekends. I have an apple. So I cut up this apple and I dip it in Greek yogurt and peanut butter. So I use the full fat Greek yogurt. I think it tastes way better than low fat. I'm not afraid of fat. I think fat keeps us fuller longer and does so many wonderful things for our hormones. So I do full fat Greek yogurt and I do just the all natural peanut butter. So a tablespoon of peanut butter, and you guys, you can guesstimate a tablespoon, but you'll be surprised at what you think is a tablespoon really isn't. Just FYI. But I do about a tablespoon of peanut butter and probably like 2/3 of a cup of Greek yogurt. A big old Fuji is my favorite apple. And that is my breakfast. I do like coffee with my pots. I can't have caffeine, so I drink decaf coffee. And I have 2 cups of coffee, and each cup I probably have about maybe a 1/3 cup of oat milk. I put oat milk in it. I like oat milk as my creamer. So I probably have about 2/3 of a cup altogether in the morning of oat milk. And that's it. I don't put like any other syrups or anything in it. Oat milk, you guys, is really fun because it froths up really nice. And I think it gives it a creamier flavor than just like almond milk creamer or anything like that. And it has some sugar. I really, you guys, try to keep my sugars lower, just because you've heard me talk about it before, how, if we are taking in sugar and we're not taking it with fiber like we do in a whole apple, you are going to find that you're probably going to be hungrier sooner. And usually it's not because we actually need the calories, it's just because our body wants the quick fuel. Okay? And I get into that more in the Empower Challenge, so if you want to know more about that, stay tuned. The Empower Challenge will be coming back in February, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, one last thing. What I do put in my one other supplement that I use is collagen. I like collagen. It has some extra protein. Even though it's incomplete protein, it doesn't have all the amino acids in it. I'm not going to get into that, but I do use collagen just for my hair and skin and nails. I like the extra boost of it. So I put that in my coffee because you can't taste it. So, and this is the one I use. I like the Vital Proteins. It's a good quality with a larger amino acid profile. So that's the one I use. I think I told you everything this morning. So I am going to get to eating because I am hungry. We had a tough workout. So I will stop back in when I eat next. Bye, guys. All right, I'm on to lunch. It's about 12:30, and just in reference, I ate that apple and peanut butter and stuff right about 9:30. I try to go every 3 hours between eating. And if you're setting up your meals right, you really should be able to go 3 hours between meals without eating. That's enough fuel for your body, honestly. If you're eating enough and eating like a nice range of macronutrients. So things that keep you fuller longer: protein, fat, and fiber. If you have those in your meal, even if you have some simple carbs like fruits or sugars or starches, not starches, but like processed, like flour, anything like that. If you have some of those simple carbs, but you have fat and fiber and protein, it will keep you fuller longer. Okay, enough about my spiel. I'll get to what I'm eating here. So I picked Friday to make this video. I picked it because, well, one, I only work half a day, so it would be easier to kind of film these videos for you. And two, because it's kind of a normal but not normal day. So Fridays I work half a day, and I never really know what my schedule is going to be on Friday until probably Thursday night. So I was just working. I have a little bit more work to do. But what I usually have for lunch is a shake. Okay? So here's my shake. I haven't blended it up yet. It's almond milk, frozen zucchini, frozen avocado, and let's see, cocoa powder. I put some extra cocoa powder in it because I like it chocolatey, and protein powder, a little bit of flax, and then some spinach here. And I'll show you what that looks like when you blend it up. But I like my shakes, you guys. They are not food that's closer to God's hands than man's. You know, not the protein powder at least, but here's my frozen zucchini, you guys. It's all from my garden, and I freeze it. And then I live rural Minnesota, and so trying to find avocados all the time is hard. So when I do find them, I'll buy them in bulk, and I will cut them up, chunk them up, and freeze them. I like the avocado, one, because of the fat, and two, because they make my shakes like thicker and creamier. So I like avocado in there. But I like my shakes because I can get a big helping of veggies. Like I probably do like 3/4 of a zucchini, like a normal size zucchini in my shake. And I usually have spinach and the avocado. So I get a big punch of veggies, and they're easy, they're quick, because most of the time, you guys, I'm coaching like over my like normal lunch hour or when I'm going to be hungry. Well, I can have this, I can drink this while I'm coaching, and not you know, make my clients distracted by my munching in the background. So that is that. Oh, I want to tell you too what protein powder I use. I use Vital Proteins. It's the same brand as what I use for my collagen. Maybe not the protein powder to start with if you like something super sweet. I've really changed my taste buds, and I don't like super sweet stuff. I don't like a lot of stevia either. Now I like things more sweetened with like dates or monk fruit. I've even used protein powder. I love the naked protein powders and protein meal, but they've been on back order and it's been hard to get a lot, so I haven't been having those as much, but they don't have anything in them, so then I just sweeten it myself with dates. But I like those. Some other good ones are like First Form. That's another good one I've tried that I like, that has, I think, better ingredients to it. Be careful about what you pick, you guys. I like to pick things that have the fewest amount of ingredients as possible. That just is there to give me my protein punch, okay? One more thing I want to say about protein is that if you are trying to lose weight, you want to up your protein, because when you're losing weight, it's not that you want to lose weight, you want to lose fat, you guys. And we want your body to burn the fat. And if you are losing weight and you're having a calorie deficit, your body will take it from anywhere. And so it might be from your muscles if you're not getting enough amino acids in the protein intake you're taking. It might take it from your muscles, and you don't want that to happen. So eat plenty of protein, especially when you're trying to lose weight or lose fat, basically. One more thing I'm going to say about shakes, you guys. A lot of people tell me that shakes don't fill them up, and they do and don't for me sometimes. Sometimes it just depends on if I've had a hard workout or not. A couple things about that. Some of it is just emotional. Like some of us just need to be chewing something to get some of the hormone release that helps us feel satiated, okay? So if you're that type of person, then get some food. Don't try to use a shake. Now, I don't seem to have that problem. I seem to be full for the most part with shakes. So if that's a problem, then go ahead and use them. The other thing I want to say about shakes is that you also need to structure them right. Protein, fat, fiber, You need that in your shake. Most of the people I talk to, they're like, oh yeah, I have some protein and then I throw some fruit in there. With a shake, the more sugar you put in it, with not very much fiber, you're going to have an insulin spike and you're going to be hungrier sooner, no matter how many calories you had. So be aware of that, you guys. Make sure if you're going to have a shake, you're putting protein, fat, and fiber in there to keep you fuller longer. Okay? All right. I'll give you a quick sneak peek after I blend it up. It's not the prettiest thing after it's blended up, but it tastes delicious to me. Okay, you guys, here it is. As you can see, it's a big old shake. Like I said, you guys have to find what works for you. This is just something that works for me. It helps me get the energy I need, the fuel I need to fuel my body, while still doing my job and trying to do my job well. So yes, there's something to be said about eating food closer to God's hands than men's, and that's what I truly do. I try to pick protein powders that are a little bit, that way too. But I want to just remind you guys, I live in the gray zone. There's no black or white for me. There's no, this is good food, this is bad food. It's just that food has does certain things for our bodies or to our bodies. And so knowing that, having at least a broad understanding of what a fat does, what a carb does, what a protein does, and understanding that, and then structuring your meal in that way really does help you make good conscious choices about what you want to be eating and how you want to be fueled. Now, you guys also know, after following me, that's only a piece of the puzzle when it comes to losing weight. It's just a tiny piece of the puzzle, actually. Yes, that information is great, but really the thing to really be aware of and understanding is, why am I eating? And you're going to find a lot of times why you're eating, it's not to fuel you. It's usually for a feeling, for comfort, because you're lonely, because you're bored, because you're stressed. That is a driving factor, you guys, as to why we often overeat. And what I'm sharing with you today is just information. It's information for you to use to help you maybe decide some things and help you maybe change up some things, or even what I really hope this video ends up doing in the long run is helping you understand it's okay that I eat this food or I don't eat this food, or I set up my diet, and I'm using diet as in the way you eat, in a way that fits me, that I can maintain, that I actually like and enjoy eating. You guys, I actually really like my shakes. I look forward to them. They're really good. On the weekends, I sometimes don't have shakes just because I want to, be eating with the kids and the family. It's just easier. So those, I actually am usually pretty excited to get back to it on Monday. But I hope you understand that hey, no, this is a lifestyle I can maintain, and I love doing it, and it fuels my body, and I'm okay with that. But you're probably going to see me eat a little bit later. You're going to be like, really? She eats that? Yeah, I eat some of these things. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, like I promised, I was going to give you an update. So this is my snack. So it's about almost 4 o'clock. Got home after picking up the kids, getting a little hungry. I prioritize protein, especially right now because I have a goal of building some muscle. So I have a little extra protein. So what I have is egg white, whole egg, some ham with some Munster cheese, and some carrots. That's what I'm having for a snack. We'll see you guys in a little bit for supper. Alright guys, I told you might be a little surprised. But I actually have chocolate just about every night. And my favorite right now this time of year, dark chocolate and caramel sea salt caramel. Oh, it's so good. These ones are yummy. I'm a big dark chocolate fan, and dark chocolate with peanut butter, even better. So that I'm going to have probably 2 of these to kind of finish off my night. All right, everybody, this is supper. Lemony spaghetti with some seasoned chicken. I had a salad before that. I'll show you my son's salad. Except I had some balsamic dressing on mine. So that's what I eat. All right, you guys, that's a wrap. That's what I eat in a day. That's a pretty typical day for me. The only thing I would say is a little different is maybe like changing up that snack sometimes. And I don't usually eat refined carbs often for supper. I would say I have pasta or bread or like pizza or something like that, maybe once a week or once every 10 days. I don't have a lot of that. I usually try to sub some sort of veggie in for those refined carbs. But as you can see, I don't eat perfect. You guys, I don't ascribe to perfection. One, we can't get there this side of heaven. And 2, I don't believe in good or bad food. I think there's food that provides more positive consequences for us. And I rather choose those. And then there's foods that, end up having some more negative consequences. And I try to limit those. The reason I don't say good or bad food is because often I find people will be like, I had a bad day, or I'm a bad person. That's where it leads to, because they ate bad food. You are not a bad person, and your day isn't defined by your food. Okay? It's just not. And so I don't go for perfect. I go for that gray zone. As you can see too, I don't limit any one macronutrient. So the macronutrients that's fat, carbohydrates, and protein. I don't limit or go really excessive on one. I may focus more on one, like I talked about eating a little more protein right now as I'm building muscle, and I probably eat a few more carbs too while I'm building muscle. But as you can see, I have them all. I eat some higher fat foods, and I eat some maybe higher protein meals, but I try to have a good balance of all of that throughout the day. I do want to point out a couple things here, you guys. I am in maintenance. If not, I'm actually trying to gain a little weight because I'm trying to gain muscle, and muscle equals, weighs more. So I'm in that phase. So actually, this is probably I'm eating a little bit more than I normally would eat. And I'm definitely eating more than when I was losing weight. Okay? I work out almost daily. I am lifting weights, and muscle burns more calories, units of energy, than fat or other things in our body. So that is why I can eat a little bit more. This is why you can't just, do what I do. Because we're at different places and we have different goals. You have a different goal than me. So you need to find what it will work for you and your goal to get you there. Okay? I do want to point out a couple of things though because I know a lot of you want to lose weight. That's your goal. And not lose weight, but lose fat. So here's a couple tips. 1, prioritize fruits and veggies, especially veggies, not even so much fruits. As you will notice, throughout my meals, I had veggies just about at every meal. Okay? Even with my snack, I had some carrots. The only time was when I had those chocolates at the end of the day. I had a fruit. I had apple in the morning. I had spinach and avocado and zucchini in my shake. I had carrots with my snack, and I had a salad with my supper. And it was a big salad. It wasn't like that little one that I showed you of my son's. So prioritize those. Prioritize those and getting some protein, okay? And another tip for when you're losing weight, don't fear food. Don't fear the bad foods. You can have any food. What you want to start learning is how not to be controlled by any food. Okay, that comes from 1 Corinthians. Oh, what is it? I think I have it right here. 1 Corinthians 6:12. We don't want to be mastered by anything. Everything's permissible, but we don't want to be mastered by anything. And honestly, that comes with changing your mindset and learning self-control, which is what I taught myself to do and now what I coach so many women on. So you guys find what works for you. And if you're struggling, let me help you. I can help you. I've done this with a lot of women. I have a lot of tools and I can help you find what works for you. But more than anything, I want to help you learn that mindset of self-control. Because if you learn it around food, it filters into so many other areas of your life. If you learn how to be self-controlled with eating, think about being self-controlled with how you show up, just with working and procrastination and how you interact with your kids and all of it. It's just such a beautiful gift to have. And that's why it's a fruit of the Spirit, because it really does feel good to live and embody that self-control. All right, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Comment below with any questions you have or any comments, and I love to hear one takeaway you had or one thing that really stuck out to you. All right, bye guys.